Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another session of Qur'anic Arabic Recitation with Tajweed Rules. In this session, we will study these three words of Al-Qaida Nuraniya on page number 13. And this slide is just a reminder for transliteration purposes. So we are revisiting some of the principles that we have studied before. So the first one is we need to know the knowledge, we need to have the knowledge of articulation points for each letter. The second one is we need to know the characteristics of each letter, sifat of each letter. We have studied only a few of them so far, but we will study the rest in advanced level. The third one is the knowledge of rules attached to individual letter because of its position in a word or words. The fourth one is exercising the tongue and a lot of repetition. So if we are given, for example, we are given a word and we have to apply these steps to make our reading or recitation easy. So the first one is recognizing individual letter. So if we go to here, so individual, the first one is alif, second one is hamza, third one is ba, and next one is dal. And the final one is alif. So we recognized individual letters, step 1. In step 2, we recognize the harakat that are used. So the harakat would be, or the signs would be here. That's fatha, fatha, fathatain. So we recognize the harakat. And the next one is we have to recognize if the letters, which letters are silent and which aren't. Let's change the color. Okay, let's see. So if we see here, alif, this is silent, and this one is not. Ba is not silent, dal is not silent, and alif is silent. So alif is silent, hamza is not silent, ba is not silent, dal is not silent, and alif is silent. So we recognize those ones. And the next one is we apply the rules that attach to individual letter. We will study that in advanced level. Apply the correct sifat. So we have studied only a few of them. One of them would be if the letter is heavy or light. So we apply those rules, and the rest we will study in advanced level. The next one is pronouncing each letter from its correct makhraj, articulation point. And the other one we can add is we count how many syllables are there. For example, here is a, 1, ba, 2, den. So there are 3 syllables in this word. So if we manage to implement these steps correctly, then our reading and recitation will be very easy. These are not fixed rules you can add or subtract to it. These are just general guidelines for recitation or reading the Arabic. So the first word we have is Casaba, and Casaba, it has 3 syllables. So the first syllable is kaf fatha ka. Kaf is not silent and we have fatha on it. Kaf fatha ka, kaf fatha ka. The second syllable we have is sin fatha sa. Sin is not silent and it has fatha. Sin fatha sa, sin fatha sa. So now we combine these 2 syllables and we have kasa, 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 kasa. The third syllable we have is ba fatha ba. Ba is not silent and it has fatha on it. Ba fatha ba, ba fatha ba. And then we combine these 3 syllables and we have Casaba, 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 Casaba. The next word we have is kafara. Kafara has 3 syllables and the first syllable is kaf fatha ka. Kaf is not silent and it has fatha. Kaf fatha ka, kaf fatha ka. The second syllable is fa fatha fa. Fa is not silent and it has fatha on it. Fa fatha fa, fa fatha fa. And now we combine these 2 syllables and we have kafa, 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 kafa. The next syllable we have is ra fatha ra. Ra is not silent and it has fatha on it. Ra fatha ra, ra fatha ra. So now we combine these three syllables and we have kafara, 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 kafara. So the next word we have is kufuwan, and it has three syllables. So the first syllable is kaf dhamma ku, and kaf is not silent and it has dhamma on it. Kaf dhamma ku, kaf dhamma ku. The second syllable is fa dhamma fu. Fa is not silent and it has dhamma on it. Fa dhamma fu, fa dhamma fu. And then we combine these two syllables and we have kufu, 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 kufu. The third syllable is waw fathatain 1, but if you notice here is waw fathatain and alif is silent here. So it's silent, we ignore it here, we don't write it here. It's only waw fathatain 1. Waw is not silent and it has fathatain and alif is silent. Waw fathatain 1, waw fathatain 1. So now we combine these three syllables and we have kufuwan, 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 kufuwan. So the next three slides will be sounds only without spellings. Casaba, 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 casaba. Kafara, 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 kafara. Kufuwan, 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 kufuwan. So this is the end of this session. In next session we will practice these three words 10 times without explanation, just to give you enough practice, inshallah. We will see you in next session. Until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.